Ferrari isn't just building a new Formula One engine for 2026. They're betting the future of one of the sport's most iconic teams on a single project. If they get it right, Ferrari could return to fighting for world championships. If they get it wrong, even one of the strongest driver lineups on the grid may not be enough to save their season. Deep inside Maranello, engineers are racing against time to solve Formula One's biggest technical challenge in years. But what exactly makes Ferrari's 2026 engine so different? And could it reshape the next era of Formula One? For Ferrari, the 2026 Formula One season represents something much bigger than a simple regulation change. It represents a rare opportunity to reset the competitive order completely. For years, Ferrari has remained one of the most powerful names in Formula One, but the team has struggled to turn that legacy into consistent championship success. They have had fast cars, talented drivers, and moments where victory looked possible. Yet the final step toward another world championship has continued to escape them. That is why 2026 matters so much. When Formula One introduces major technical changes, the teams that understand the new rules first often gain an advantage that can last for years. We saw this in 2014, when Mercedes mastered the new hybrid power unit regulations and ushered in an era of dominance that completely changed the sport. Now, every manufacturer is facing a similar challenge again. Ferrari has the chance to start from a new foundation. The knowledge gained from previous seasons still matters, but the advantage of the past is no longer guaranteed. Engineers must rethink how power is produced, how energy is managed, and how performance is extracted from a completely different generation of Formula One technology. This is what makes Ferrari's 2026 engine such a huge gamble. It is not just about building a faster power unit. It is about creating the technology that could decide Ferrari's future and possibly shape the direction of Formula One's next era. At first glance, Ferrari's 2026 engine may not look completely different. The foundation remains familiar, a 1.6-liter V6 turbocharged engine. The same basic architecture that has powered Formula One through the current hybrid era. But underneath that familiar design, almost everything around it is changing. The biggest transformation comes from the removal of the MGU-H. For years, this complex component helped recover energy from the turbocharger and played a major role in improving efficiency and reducing turbo lag. It was one of the most advanced parts of modern Formula One engines, but also one of the most expensive and complicated technologies to develop. For 2026, Formula One is moving in a different direction. Without the MGU-H, manufacturers like Ferrari must find new ways to deliver power smoothly while maintaining performance. The challenge is no longer just about creating a powerful engine. It is about creating a power unit that works perfectly with a completely different energy system. The biggest change is the increased importance of electrical power. The MGU-K will provide significantly more power than before, making energy management a central part of every race. Drivers will need to carefully balance when they use electrical assistance, because the right decision at the right moment could decide an overtake, a qualifying lap, or even a championship battle. Another major change is the introduction of fully sustainable fuel. This is not just an environmental step, it creates another engineering challenge. Ferrari must develop a fuel-efficient power unit while extracting maximum performance from a completely new fuel technology. These changes show why 2026 is not simply an engine upgrade. Ferrari is not just modifying what they already have, they are rebuilding the way a Formula One engine creates, stores, and delivers power. And the biggest question remains: can Ferrari make all these new pieces work together better than everyone else? Building a new Formula One engine is never just a battle of power. The real challenge is making that power available at the right moment, on every lap, for an entire season. For Ferrari, one of the biggest problems begins with the removal of the MGU-H. While removing this system makes the power unit simpler in some ways, it also creates a difficult engineering problem. The MGU-H played an important role in controlling the turbocharger and reducing delays in power delivery. Without it, engineers must find new solutions to make the engine respond instantly when the driver pushes the throttle. In Formula One, that difference can be measured in fractions of a second, but those fractions can decide the result of a race. The second major challenge is energy management. With a much larger contribution from the electrical system, teams will need to carefully control when energy is stored and when it is deployed. A driver may have incredible straight-line speed at one moment, but if the battery strategy is wrong, that advantage could disappear when it matters most. This creates a completely different type of racing. Winning will no longer depend only on who has the most powerful engine. It will depend on who can understand the balance between combustion power, electrical assistance, efficiency, and reliability better than their rivals. Ferrari has already experienced how difficult this balance can be. In 2022, the team started the season with a car capable of fighting for victories and challenging for the championship. However, reliability issues and missed opportunities prevented them from turning early speed into a title-winning campaign. That lesson remains important for 2026. A fast engine can win races, but a complete and reliable power unit is what wins championships. And for Ferrari, that may be the biggest challenge of all. Whenever Formula One enters a new technical era, the biggest question is always the same. Which manufacturer understood the new rules better than everyone else? In 2026, Ferrari will not be fighting only against cars on the track. They will be fighting against years of engineering experience from some of the strongest power unit manufacturers in the world. Mercedes enters this new era with one major advantage: experience. When Formula One introduced the current hybrid era in 2014, Mercedes created a power unit that was ahead of the competition from the beginning. Their understanding of hybrid technology, energy recovery, and efficiency helped them dominate the sport for years. A new generation of regulations may reset the field, but the knowledge gained from that success still has value. However, Ferrari has something equally important: opportunity. Unlike previous seasons, where teams were trying to improve existing concepts, 2026 forces everyone to rethink their approach. This gives Ferrari a chance to close the gap and create an advantage of its own. A fresh start can sometimes matter more than past success. Then there is Honda, whose journey shows how unpredictable engine development can be. Their early years in the hybrid era were extremely difficult, but after years of development, they created a championship-winning power unit with Red Bull. Their story proves that the first version of an engine does not always decide the outcome. That is what makes 2026 so fascinating. Mercedes has the experience of winning with new technology. Ferrari has the pressure and motivation to finally build a championship foundation. Honda has already shown that a comeback is possible. But in this new era, reputation alone will not decide the winner. The manufacturer that understands the smallest details from energy deployment to reliability could become the team that controls Formula One for years to come. After years of development, Ferrari's 2026 project will ultimately be judged by one question: can it deliver a championship? A powerful engine is important, but Formula One titles are never won by one component alone. The power unit, chassis, strategy, reliability, and drivers must all work together perfectly. Ferrari enters this new era with both opportunity and pressure. The team has the technical ability to create a competitive engine, and the 2026 regulations give them a chance to challenge the current balance of power. Their driver lineup also raises expectations. Charles Leclerc has the speed to fight at the highest level, while Lewis Hamilton brings years of championship experience and knowledge of what it takes to win. But the biggest challenge remains consistency. A fast engine can win races, but only a reliable and complete package can win a championship. For Ferrari, 2026 is not about being competitive. It's about proving they can finally finish the job. Ferrari's 2026 engine could represent more than just a championship challenge. It reflects the direction Formula One is moving toward: greater electrical power, sustainable fuel, and smarter energy management. The teams that understand these new technologies fastest could define the next era of the sport. Race strategy may change as drivers rely more on electrical deployment, while new fuel technology could influence future automotive development. For Ferrari, success would mean more than winning races. It would mean creating a power unit that represents the future of Formula One and proving they can lead the sport into its next generation. Ferrari's 2026 engine is more than a technical project. It is a chance to define a new era. Success could return them to championship glory, while failure could become another missed opportunity. When the lights go out in 2026, only one question will remain. Did Ferrari build the future of Formula One?